So in previous class we have already studied, that is Mallappa. Okay. Is the screen visible? Dear students, is the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
We have discussed till joint number 3 in the previous class for the first problem, and let's move to joint number 4. So in joint number 4, it is observed. I will show just the question once again. See, this is the problem. So in this problem, the joint number 1, 2 and 3 have been solved, and now joint number 4 is to be solved. So for this joint number 4, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 members are there. So in these 4 members, this joint or this beam is already defined in joint number 2, and this beam is already defined in joint number 3. So now we are left with this beam as well as this beam in the joint number 4. So the forces in these two members have to be defined now. So for that, the particular joint is drawn in this manner. So here, this member is joining to joint number 2, that is F42, and this beam is joining to joint number 6, that is F46. Since it is fourth joint, so 4 2 is referred to fourth joint is joining to joint number 2, and the fourth joint is joining to joint number 6, like that. So now it is going to joint number 3 and it is going to joint number 5, like that. So here I hope that whatever we have discussed about joint is known to you people in previous class. So now uh, since the joint number 42 is defined while calculating the joint number 2, so in that we have got the value of minus 46.189 kilonewtons in this member, and here 43 in the 43 already defined while calculating the joint number 3, that is 11.54 kilonewtons in this joint. Now we need to define or calculate the force in the member of F46 and F45. As the angle of inclination to the horizontal for these two members is 60 degree, and that is already known, and the well-defined triangle having the 60 degree of internal angles and total 180 degree, that is what we have considered, and the internal angle, that is angle between the two members, is 60 degree. Now to analyze or to calculate these two members, that is the forces in these two members, the summation of horizontal forces and the summation of vertical forces need to be considered. Since this is a pin jointed structure, the moment is allowed. So when the moment is allowed, there the moment will not be occurred. That means the summation of moment will not be considered. Only in the equations of equilibrium, horizontal forces, vertical forces, as well as the moments are considered, and the pin jointed structure, only the summation of horizontal forces and summation of vertical forces are to be considered while defining these two members. So here, if you look at this figure, I hope you are observing this cursor. If you look at this figure, summation of horizontal forces. So here F46, it is an horizontal force which is moving right side. Since it is considered as a positive, it is written over here F46 plus F45 of cos 60. That is F45. It is a member from 4 to 5, from joint number 4 to joint number 5. So here from joint number 4 to joint number 5, it is having inclination with 60 degree. So to have a 60 degree angle to the resolving to horizontal, we need to have and cos right? It is cos 60 degree since it is adjacent to the horizontal angle. So this angle, this force is considered in horizontal manner. That will be F4 phi cos 60. And at the same time, we need to have an F4 phi. That is, again we have an F42. That is F42. We have an horizontal force which is moving left side. That is negative sign, negative, and already it has the negative value of minus 46.189, which is compression, and it is written over here. That means F42 it is substituted. That means only thing is we are taking the forces which are moving horizontally. Since here F46 is moving horizontally and F4 pi with an angle of 60 degree which is moving horizontally, and this part is over, which is right side, and at the left side F42 is an horizontal force and F43 cos 60 degree. That is an one of the horizontal force which is moving towards left in the particular fourth joint. So these four joints are written over here with a sign considered right side positive, left side negative. So it is a left side moving F42. This F42 is moving left side, that is written over here, and F46 which is moving a positive right side, which is positive over here. I hope you are getting clear with this. And now F43 cos 60, that means we are resolving this inclined force to the horizontal. We are taking this angle and making the cos 60 degree, that is having a horizontal force. And already F43 is defined minus 11.54. So since it is moving left side, that is taken negative sign, and the force is also having the sign of negative, that is 11.54 cos 60 degree. So if you solve this equation by minus into minus plus will be 46.189, and minus into minus again it is cos 60 is 1 by 2, which is 0.5. 11.54 into 0.5 which is equal to 0. So if you solve this equation, you will be end up with two unknowns, that is F46 and F45. This is F46 and F45 will be two unknowns with an equating of total forces of minus 51.951 kilonewtons. So, and at the same time, the vertical forces are also need to be considered. So, what are the vertical forces are acting over here? Only F45 member having 60 degree towards the horizontal. For that, we need to resolve that force with the F45 sine 60 degree, or else we can consider cos 30, because it will be having a 90 degree internal angle. In the 90 degree internal angle, 60 degree is already here, and remaining 30 degree. In that 30 degree could be considered with cos sign, or else we can consider a sine with a 60 degree. I hope you remember that is simplification or resolving the inclined forces to the horizontal as well as vertical. Same thing is considered in this calculation. F45 member is there, that is having vertical direction F45 sin 60, and F43 member is there having the sign of 60 degree, since F43 sin 60. Those two have been considered, and again these two forces are moving in downward, which is considered to be a negative sign, minus 45 sin 60 and minus 43 F43, that is sin 60. So here F43 is known, already known the value of F43, that is minus 11.54, but F45 needs to be defined. Substituting the known value of F43, that is minus 11.54, and sin 60 will be 0.866, right? So here substituting the equation and calculating the unknown factor, that is 11.54 kilonewtons. Since yes, sin 60 will be dividing to the this sum, that is minus 11.54 into 0.866. Since F45 will be of 11.54. So here once we know the F45 value in the equation, we can substitute and then get F46 by calculating or solving this equation. So F46 will be minus 57.73 kilonewton. I hope it is clear how we have resolved the equation forces and how we have found out the value of F45 and F46. Is there any doubts? Take your time and ask. Is there any doubts? Ashna, are you understanding? Do you remember the problem? Anraj? Anraj?
Sir.
Yes, whatever the discussion we had, is that clear?
Sir.
See, if you have doubts, please ask me. Don't sit quiet. I think the screen is visible for you.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Can you able to guess how it is considered and how we have resolved these equations? And Mallappa? Mallappa?
Sir, I was absent at previous class.
You were absent. So this is what the main problem is. Don't be absent for the classes because you won't understand the future classes. It will be again based on previous classes itself. And Shweta?
Yes, sir.
Right, is that clear what we have discussed now?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes,
Okay. Shall we move to next joint?
yes, sir.
So this is the next joint. So again I will show the question over here. See here, joint number 1, joint number 2, joint number 3 and joint number 4. So these joints are already defined. In the joint number 4 we have defined this joint number, this member as well as this member. Right now we'll move to this joint number 6. So in this joint number 6 it is known members are this one as well as this one, because this member is already defined while taken into consider joint number 3, and this number is defined when that joint is taken into consider when joint number 4. So here only 1 and 2, these two members are unknown, and that means we are following up the particular method of joints. So joint number 6, if you consider joint number 6, see 1, 2, 3, 4 members are there along with one 60 kilonewton of force acting towards downward. So that is what we have considered over here. 60 degree is the internal angle, and two members are moving from the joint numbers 5, and another two members are having horizontal directions with one vertical load which is acting downward. So here this member is connected from 5 to 4, since it is denoted with F54, and again since this joint, that is from joint number 5, it is moving to joint number 6, it is F56, and it is already considered the joint number 3, so F53, and from 5 it is joining to 7th joint, it is F57, right? So along with that we have one vertical load. So in these members the known forces are F54 and F53, since F54 is nothing but F45. F54 is nothing but F45. That means the same member is considered for different joints. So for joint number 5, we have considered 11 point, and that is F54. The same member in the joint number 4, we have considered F45. See here, this member is considered as a F45, and the same member is extended and connected to the joint number 5, which is F45. So this is how the F45 is considered, and in these F45 is known and the F54, that is F54 is known, and F53 is known values. So F54 having 11.54 kilonewton, that is tension, which is positive, that will be tension, and again F53 which is already calculated in the joint number 3, that is 51.995. These two forces are already defined, and defined forces need to be considered over here. So here again we need to solve to F56 and F57. These two members having what that is compression and tension. Those forces need to be defined now. How do you define? By just having consideration of summation of horizontal forces and summation of vertical forces taken into 0. So here remember this diagram. So referring to that diagram, here we can have those horizontal forces as well as vertical forces. So if you want, I could write over again here. Right. So here horizontal forces equal to 0 if I consider. So what are the horizontal forces we can observe here? F57, right? It is for moving towards right, that is considered positive. F57 is considered, and here F56 is considered along with 60 degree plus F56 cos 60 degree, right? So these two forces are moving to the right side and taken into positive sign. Now we have F53 that is moving towards left, and that is negative sign. And again we have another force which is having the inclination of 60 degree, that is F54 cos 60 degree, right? Apart from these forces, we don't have any other horizontal forces. F57, F53, these are the forces moving horizontally, and these two forces having the inclination of 60 degree, and that is considered, and which is equal to 0. So now F57 and F56 are unknown, since this joint is having these two unknown members. So I will keep that F57 and F56 as constant, but F53 is known. F53 is known here, that is F53 is 50. F53 is 51.95 is there, the value of 51.95, which is having negative sign. So again F53 is now, and then minus F54. F54 is already having this equation of 11.54 along with the cos 60. What is the value of cos 60? So if you have calculator, please let me know. Cos 60 is 1 by 2 multiplying with 0.5, which is equal to 0, right? So now if you solve this equation, F57 plus F56 cos 60, that will be remain same, and 11.54 is the negative sign, right? 11.54 multiplying with 0.5 and 51.95. So that both together will be 57.72, which is equal to 0, right? That means we can have an F57 plus F56 cos 60 which is equal to 57.72. That means we are taking this number to the right side, which is having negative sign at the left, and we will be having the positive sign at the right when you take it to this one. So here I will consider this F57 and F56 cos 57.52. The same thing what we have written over here. Right? F57, F56 cos 60, and F that is 57.72 kilonewton. So this is the horizontal forces what we have resolved. If the same thing, if you resolve the vertical forces to 0, that means we need to define these F56 and F57 forces. So looking into the again the same joint. So what are the vertical forces we can observe over here? So 1 minus 60 kilonewton is there. I could write this directly, minus 60 kilonewton, and there are two forces which are moving from the joint to, and that will be the positive signs, right? F56 sin 60, F56 sin 60 plus F54 sin 60 we have again, which is equal to 0. So now in this F54 is known value and F56 is only unknown. So if you write, that is F56 sin 60 minus 60 plus, so what is the value of F54 here? 11.54. And what is the value of sin 60? 0.8666, 0.866, right? And then now if you consider the F54, then we have to multiply the value of 44.54 into 0.866, and that is 38.57. So it is equal to 0. So now we have minus 60 plus this answer, that will be minus 21. So later we can write the equation like F56 sin 60, which is equal to 21.42, right? So for F56 we can have 21.42 divided by sin 60. So F56 will be 24.744 newtons. So let us see what we have written. F56, right? The calculation what we have considered, F56 minus 60, F56 sin 60, and 11.44, it is 44 of the written, it is 11.54, it is 11.54 into 0.866, which is 9. Okay, 9.99, that could be considered as a minus 60 plus 10 equal to 0, right? So here F56 sin 60 and minus 60, it is already considered this force, the value of minus 60 here. And now if you consider this minus 60, that will be even a total 50, and 50 if you consider on this side, it will be it is 50, but right, minus 60 plus 10 will be 50, minus 50, and minus 50 is taking to this side, it will be plus 50, and sin 60 is remaining, multiplying for the F16, that is divided, and the 50 by sin 60 will be having 57.136 kilonewtons. So this is how the vertical forces are resolved. So in this vertical forces, we resolved F56. So F56, if you resolved, then substitute this F56 to this equation, then you will be able to calculate F57. So how F57, how we have calculated? By substituting F56 into this equation, and we can able to calculate F57, right? So that F57 answer would be having 28.86. So is that clear, dear friends? So please observe these two drawings and the simplification what we had and how we have calculated. If you have doubts in this, please let me know. That means these forces are resolved and values are found out. It is again a simple calculation. Right? Anraj? Anraj?
Yes, sir.
Right. Is that clear what we have discussion here now?
Yes, sir.
Don't say yes or until understanding. Right. Remaining. See, every time I don't need to ask whether you are understood or not. Please, if you don't know, then please let me know that we could have a discussion again. If you sit quiet, you will be getting lost. Right? Please let me know whether you understood or not. If you understood, say yes, we have understood and we can go for next joint. Feel free to discuss. Don't sit quiet. Yes?
Understood, sir.
Okay, fine. And remaining. Okay, anyhow, we'll move to next joint. So apart from these, we have the joint number 6. So joint number 6 and joint number 7 we are left with. So here joint number 6 we have again one force which is to be defined. So here in this force or in this joint, again what we have considered for joint number 2, the same thing need to be considered over here. That means the Lemi's theorem. The Lemi's theorem is said that the force, whatever we consider the force is having the sign of other two angles between the forces. That means if you consider F57, the other two forces are there, the angle between those two forces need to be considered as a sine, right? So the same thing, if you consider for joint number 6, there are three forces having the internal angle of like this, that is 60 degrees. These two things. If it is 60 degree, then these two of 60 degree, that means it will be 120, and again the remaining angle must be 60 because the horizontal line will be having internal and total angle of 180, right? So based on that it will be 60 and remaining it is 180 again. So forces are F64 is already defined and F56, that is here. F56 already defined. F56 is nothing but F65, right? F46 already defined in the previous problem, in previous step, that is F46. Here you can see the same F64 will be considered the same value because the member is same but the joints are different, right? And this joint is from joint number 4, the value of the same member, and the same member having this joint will be denoted with F64. So with this F64 having internal angle, other two forces having internal angle 60, and for F56 these two forces having internal angle 180 plus 60, that will be 240, and F64, this is the force, and for this force we have these forces opposite having internal angle of 60. So by substituting the known values, F67 is only the unknown value here, and F65 is known value, that is F56 what we have defined previously, F56, and now F64 is minus 57.57, that is the same thing, that is 0.866. So here that is F67 is found out by referring to either this equation or this equation. Again, the same equation will be there, both are same and having negative signs in the same both equations. So F67 will be minus 57.573. So here only F67 is unknown because F64 is already defined in the joint number 4 and F65 is already defined in joint number 5, right? And apart from these, we have left with joint number 7. In joint number 7, F67 is already defined, that is F67 or F76 both are same, we already defined, and from joint number 5 to 7, F57 is already defined, that is F57 is already defined 28.86. Since at the joint number 7 and the both forces, both members are defined with the forces in joint number 6 as well as joint number 5. So hence here the all forces are found out and all forces are defined by referring to joint number 7. So this completes the problem of analysis of truss by method of joint. Right, once you complete these analysis for the different members, we need to tabulate the forces by considering each joint or each member. You could say for each member what is the exact force. So here the compression force gives refers a negative sign and the positive sign refers to tension forces. So this is how the particular analysis need to be done. So after this class, I will share these notes to your group. Please go through it, go through that particular notes. If you have any doubts regarding that, you can contact me, right? So let us consider some more problems on this content so that you could understand or you could understand it better, right? So with this, I will conclude this problem. So now it is, we can start, or else we can start then another problem over here. I will just and take a, start the new problem with the problem notation. See, this is the problem. I hope it is visible, clearly visible for you. Is this screen clearly visible for you people?
Yes, sir.
Right. So now it is the members need to be defined, the forces, by referring to method of joint. So the internal angles for the members are given like this, and having the dimensions for the beams having 3 meter and 3 meter at the base, and having 3 kilonewton and 2 kilonewton for the joints. So now at the initial stage, we need to consider the degree of indeterminacy for both external as well as internal. So here this support is having two reactions, that is one vertical as well as one horizontal, and the moment is allowed in this reaction, since in this support, since we'll be having only two reactions, vertical as well as horizontal. And next, if you move to the support, will be having only vertical reactions, we don't have any horizontal as well as movement, right? So that means at this support we have two reactions, and at this support we have one reaction, both together will be 3. So r minus 3 will be 3, 3 minus 3 will be equal to 0. That means this particular given truss is determinate externally. Externally it is determinate. So if you find out the internal determinacy, so m plus r minus 2j is the equation we can refer. So members are there, how many members are there, and how many reactions are there at the support, and for each joint we will be having two forces, that is multiplying with 2. So there are 11 members. So if you calculate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. There are 11 members plus 3 reactions, and 7 joints are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 joints are there, and this is not the member, this is horizontal line that is referred to the center. So here it will be 14 minus 14 equal to 0. That means it is the given truss is determinate internally. That means the particular truss is determinate both externally as well as internally. That you must define before starting to analysis. So after this we need to calculate the reactions. So how do you calculate the reactions? The reactions at the support are like this. So you at support A and support D, we can say, or at support B. So as we'll be having the beam vertical forces with the distances, right? The same thing would be considered. So if you have taken the moment at point at A equal to 0, then this point will be having moments against this point, right? So here if you consider this as a hinge, as A point as a hinge, so RB into the perpendicular distance, the force and the reactions will be here. So with this reaction we can have the perpendicular direction of 9, 3 plus 3 plus 3, right? So RB into 9, since it is negative because it will be having anti-clockwise movement like this, right? So after this we have 3, so which is acting at the center. So 3 by 2 will be 1.5, 3 plus 3 plus 1.5 will be 7.5, and then we have another force that is 2 kilonewton. So 2 kilonewton at the center, 3 by 2 will be 1.5, 3 plus 1.5 will be 4.5, 2 into 4.5 for the distance from from the force to the perpendicular distance 4.5 at joint A, or at the point where we have considered a moment equal to 0. And now we have this 3 kilonewton force which is acting 1.5 meter from the perpendicular distance, and that will be 3 into 1.5. If you resolve these equations, you will be getting 4 kilonewton as a reaction force. Since there are 3 plus 3 plus 2 will be a total 8 kilonewton of total force which is acting downward. So in that 8 kilonewton, support B is having the 4 kilonewton of reaction. Again, the support A will be having the that is remaining force. The total 8 in 8 kilonewton, support B is having 4, means the support A will be having 4, that is 4 minus 4, right? This is very basic thing, and that to calculate the support reactions. So once the support reactions are confirmed, so we need to move on to the joints. So here in this problem I tried to define and try to show the members how they look like when we consider joint. So here I have defined this the same question. The given question is will be like this. That question will be considered and given into taken into notations in this manner. So joint number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. At the same time, it will be, if you see in this truss, it will be having a symmetry, right? A symmetry having the same angles, having the same loads on either side, either left and right. So here horizontal force will be 0 because we don't have any horizontal load which is acting on the truss, since it is 0. So and vertical force is having 4 kilonewton at the support and 4 kilonewton at the support, that is written. And if you consider the joint number 1, horizontal force, vertical force, along with these two forces we have two members which is acting with a 30-degree internal angle, right? So and here if you denote this member as F12, because the member joint 1 we are considering from joint 1 to joint 2, that is F12, and here we are considering joint number 1 to joint number 3, that is F13. So these F12 and F13 can be considered for this joint. And if you refer this joint F21, F23 and F24, when you come to this joint will be known by in the joint number 1 itself, and these two joints will be unknown. I hope that whatever I have written drawn here, it is clear. That means the angles are denoted since this triangle will be having a 180 degree. In this 180 degree, 60 degree is this angle and 30 degree is this angle. That means it will be having an 90 degree internally, and if it is the 90 degree internally, and the horizontal axis, if you take, it will divide with a 45 degrees of angle each. So here the same could be considered. If it is 45, it is also 45. If it is 45, it is also 45, because this total have a 90 degree internal angle, right? Again, this is internal angle. If you consider 90 degree, here it is 45 and remaining will be 45. And for joint number 2, it is acting 3 kilonewton of total force. And the same thing if you consider at the joint number 3, it is 60 degrees having the internal angles. Two members are moving from 3 to 2 and 3 to 4, right? So these joints are considered by referring to the internal angle. So if you come to this joint, it will be known this member F31 and F32 will be known. F31 will be known from the joint number 1 as F13, and F32 will be known from the joint number 2 as F23, right? So now remaining will be F34 and F35. These two members will be remaining, and same thing we need to consider the horizontal forces and vertical forces. If the members are having an internal angle, and that has to be resolved, and that need to be considered in the vertical as well as horizontal direction. If you resolve those forces, the unknown value will be known, and substitute in another equation will be getting both members member values. And same thing if you move on to this force, this joint, again this problem will be continued in this manner, right? So we'll start this problem in the next class as joint number 1 and joint number 2. So if possible, take this screenshot and try to solve the joint forces, that is the member forces in the joint number 1, 2, 3. So I hope you people will try on this, and everything is written in the drawing here. You can start easily by referring to the drawing and for each joint. So we will give you 2 seconds, 2-3 seconds to take this screenshot and try on your own. I think it is, you people can do this one, because only simple calculation will be there. Only you need to take resolve the forces to horizontal as well as vertical, and the sign convention will be, for the right side it is positive, for the left side it is negative, and again for the top side it is positive, and for the bottom side, that means from the horizontal axis, if you consider towards down, that will be negative, right? I hope it is clear for you people. Shall I look forward for the solution for joint number 1, 2, 3 for before coming to next class, dear friends? Shall I look forward for joint number 1, 2, 3 in the before coming class? Andraj,
Yes, sir.
Shweta, can able to solve this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, whether it is right or wrong, please try it. At least you could know where you are going wrong, right? If you are solving it, it's fine, better, right? Solve joint number 1, 2, 3. Until and unless you solve this, you won't get it. Just by seeing, you won't understand. At least you have to have pen and paper with your hands, and then only you will be understanding. Ashna,
Yes, sir.
right? So take this screenshot and try to solve the problem. Okay. If you have any doubts regarding this, we'll discuss in the coming class, or else you can contact me. We'll discuss that. Everyone, please take the screenshot and try it. Okay. Okay, with this note, we'll conclude this class. I hope whatever the discussion we had in this class is clear for you people. With the coming class, we will continue the same problem what we had taken today. Okay. If you have any doubts regarding this, please let me know and be clear with the doubts so that we can solve the different types of problems easily and confidently. Okay. So with this note, we will conclude this class. Thank you everyone for attending the classes. Thank you. Okay. You all can leave. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, fine. We'll end up this class. Thank you, everyone.